My Sikh people are very oppressed in India. It's not like I can't go back, nothing like that. It's just the issues I have with the Prime Minister of India. That's all. We're not gonna, don't mention any of this. I'm just...
No, but it's okay to mention that. Like, actually, it's okay because, like, that's how I feel about Burundi, too, because I grew up in Burundi, but there was a war in Burundi, and they were killing people who looked like me.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of traumatized about that nonsense. Because I'm like, do I want to go back? Because I've yet to
That's
know...
what I'm saying.
I have yet to know anybody who I really know and trust to go back to Burundi, and then they came back. So I'm like, actually, never mind. I do know some people.
I'm not saying I'm not going to come back, but it's just like so kind of heartbreaking, the kind of way the Sikhs are treated in India. Because anytime anybody that is an activist for us, that stands up for us, is shot or killed, whether that's a very famous Punjabi artist like Sidhu Moosewala, or literally, did you hear about the Indian death on Canadian soil? Yeah, that was a Punjabi guy. Or another Indian person killing a Sikh person in America. Any deaths that are happening, they're not a Hindu, they're not good. It's a Sikh person that's dying, because
Really?
they're anyone that's an activist and standing up for our community, they're dying. Don't say that. Don't put that in there.
But
it's true.
It's
Like,
actually
you know,
true,
the
though.
Canadian soil, the whole thing, and Trudeau said that they shot it. It was a Sikh man.
No, but this is the thing. Like, I literally understand what you're saying, because, like, this is the one reason why I don't want to go back to Burundi, because I know I'm so outspoken. I'm so outspoken that there's no way I would just sit here and just be okay with the nonsense that goes on in Burundi. So I was speaking and I'll get shot.
Yeah, girl.
Do I want to die yet? No, I don't think so.
Like, as much as we talk about our difficulties as being women of color in America, it also gives us some freedoms that we might not even have in our own countries.
That's true.
Which is why it's just such a very...
Because to be honest, like, I feel like if I went towards, like, what my dad was doing as a job, like being in the United Nations, and then if I spoke up, and because I'm very strong-willed and I'm very passionate about the things that I speak up, I hate unfairness and I hate injustice and all those things. So it's like, I can't just sit there and watch it, because I speak. That's why a lot of people don't fuck with me most times, because I speak up about things that bother me, and when you speak up, it means, like, you're standing against them. So I already know if I was into the politics, like, I'll probably get murdered. So I don't even want to deal with that, because I have kids, not only that. So it's just like, I don't even want to deal with the nonsense that would go, because it might retaliate against my kids. So I don't want to deal with that. So for me, let's just do entertainment, okay? Let me entertain you through my Burundian blood, okay? And enjoy it. But other than that, do you have anything that you want to add on to? Anything that they should know about your Indian culture?
I just want to say, like, please do some research on Indian cultures. I feel like if there's so much ignorance against us, and first with nobody knowing what kind of religion I'm from, and then when I tell them I'm a Sikh, they've never heard of that in their life. And then also, can you maybe be a little nicer to people? Why do you have to be like, oh, curry, you smell like curry? Or like, you know, really just think about the slangs and the things you say to people and how you talk to people from different cultures and religions, because you might think of it as a joke or a no big deal, but it could really affect somebody. And it's all due to, I just feel, a big lack of ignorance and other people not wanting to learn about other cultures. I feel like we'd get along with a lot more people and just have a more peaceful community and a peaceful country if you just took 2 minutes out of your time to learn about somebody else or what they had to offer, and stop inputting your own stereotypes and your own views on something that you are not a part of. I think that's one of my big things.
I would say, yeah, definitely be open to learning different people's cultures. And I feel like a lot of people are so eager to travel, but you don't need, especially if you're in America, you don't need to travel. Like all those
just
countries.
Talk to a person.
All those countries that you're traveling, there's a person in this country that's from there that probably can teach you their history, their culture way better than you going to their country and then judging it.
Absolutely. Seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, to be honest, for me, I've like, that's why sometimes I look at myself, I'm like, I don't travel a lot, because I've already traveled, like, all the way to fucking Burundi to here, which is not enough, though. I do need to travel more.
She's gonna travel more, you wait.
Yeah, I will. But
you wait to see.
But to be honest, the moment that I stepped into America, I'm like, I don't need to travel. All I need to do is be friends with different people from different cultures and just go to their house. because their house is like when you think about embassies, right? When you go to an embassy, right? When you step into an embassy, it's like you're literally stepping to the French. If you go to a French embassy, you're literally stepping into France. So they can't do nothing to you. Like if somebody came up to you and said like you did a crime in whatever America, but you're in the France, they can't do anything to you until unless the French people let you go and then whatever. So I've always felt like going into people's houses, I learned so much from them. Like I've learned so much from your culture by being in this house. Like even when you invited us to that photo shoot and then we did that photo shoot with the Indian garments. Like I learned from you and I learned so much from your country and your culture, more than if I just went on vacation in India. Right?
Yeah.
And it's, to me, that's I literally feel like I benefit from that a lot more, and I feel like I did that more like on the East Coast. On the East Coast, I learned a lot of people's like tradition and cultures and different foreigners, because there's so many people from like, especially in the DC area.
It's more of a melting pot on the
than
East
it is
Coast.
here. Yeah,
It definitely is, to be honest.
So yeah, so being here is like something else.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm so glad that, that's what I'm saying though, like, I know the people who are wanting to come into my home and willing to learn more compared to others who are just curious. And like, so if you really want to really get along with other people, like, please just ask them questions and also think before you speak. Like some people say things to me like, do you speak Indian? Think about it. Do you think Indian is a language? Instead, just think of the way you need to speak to somebody. Be like, what languages do you speak? Just kinder ways to do things. Like I've also, and I think I'm remembering now that we're getting into it, like I've just tired of the backhanded comments that I'd hear. Like, you're really pretty for a brown girl. So what, you don't think brown people are pretty? Another thing, you're very light-skinned for a brown girl. Oh, you don't think brown people are a little lighter? Like, do you see these types of comments that
I've heard that too.
been directing at her
you're so pretty for a black girl.
Yeah, like,
nonsense.
Like, what is the need for the backhanded compliments? Like, if you don't want to say anything nice at all, don't say anything. You know what I mean? So things like that have really irked me throughout my time, because all those are things I've heard many times. You're too light-skinned to be Indian. You don't smell like curry. Are you sure you're brown? You must be mixed. Do you speak Indian? Please, can we address the way we speak to others?
I don't even want to get started on the shenanigans people used to say to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's just terrible.
Because you already know the stereotypes that comes with the Africans, like that noise
the clicking.
People used to say that nonsense to me.
Nonsense.
But to be honest, like,
nonsense.
But now I look at it, I'm like, I just laugh because like you're so ignorant. Like, you're not about to piss me off because you're just stupid. Because like, I'm just gonna laugh at you. I'm like, okay, well. All right, thank you for being a clown. Let me laugh at you.
It doesn't even make me mad. It's just like it's 2024 now, and you still just don't know how to talk to people with respect. Like, that's a deep-rooted issue within yourself. Get yourself fucking checked.
But I do welcome.
Don't
people.
post that.
I do welcome people who just I do notice like somebody might ask you like, do you speak Indian? But they don't really mean it in the worst way. Like they just don't know any other way to say it. Like I know I'm probably saying like, do you speak Indian?
Do you speak African? Has someone said that to you? Do you speak American? Does that mean English?
And then they'll be like, you're from Africa, right? I'm like, you know, Africa is a continent, right? Because like there's many countries. So now I find myself saying like, I'm from Africa because I don't even want to tell you where I'm from.
I know, I should probably say I'm from India. You know what's another thing? It's so funny when I say I'm from America, born in Arizona, and then they'll say, no, but where are you really from? Like, where are you really from? So now I'm like, so where are you really from? And they say something like, I'm Germany. I'm like, oh, so you're a born white person. Okay, got it. I'm kidding. Don't put that in there either. I'm getting a little too comfortable now. Shit,
right, well,
Cam. Don't put that in there.
Okay, let's find a way to end this so that way
yeah.
we're not sound like fucking. This is why
keep hating on white people.
I hate them too.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
This is why I cannot do shots before I do a podcast. Okay. Okay. Anyways.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, but you're gonna have to show us this out and don't put all this away.
I know. I will. I got
just be open to cultures and just ask. You know, sometimes
ask questions.
So to be honest, yeah, all you have to do is ask questions. It's not that hard, and nobody's gonna like nobody's gonna bite you or like do anything to you just by asking a question. And it's just finding a way of asking a question. Just be respectful.
In a respectful way, yeah.
Yeah, like even if you don't know how to ask a question, if you can find a respectful tone, it's always the number one key.
Absolutely.
And then at the end of the day, we're all humans, even though we're different. So I think if we all remember that, the world will thrive better.
Yeah. I just think it's very important to treat people that look different than you with kindness and respect, because at the end of the day, we are all human.
Yeah.
And everybody here deserves to be treated equally.
Yeah. Well, thank you for listening to our conversation, and I hope you guys can take part of it. If you have any questions or any comments, advices, please feel free to reach out to us at Distinctive Doreen on Instagram.
Or Vibe with Navi.
On Instagram. You can also find my podcast on Instagram as well at Destination Unknown with Doreen, as well as on YouTube, Destination Unknown with Doreen. Soon it will be on streaming platforms because Cameron got me, right? I gotta tell everybody the whole world that Cameron's got me, because if Cameron does me wrong, go for him, okay? Peace and love.
Thank you so much.